Everything you see is totally cool to film, take photos of, no embargoes or anything like that. So I'm just go around and go have some fun.
All right, cool.
These are Superman, Batman, and Green Lantern. We had classic Harley Quinn. We also had, Arrow from the television series, and we had the Build the Batmobile line with Batgirl, Nightwing, the Batman Who Laughs, and then we also had the Superman Unchained and the Batman Hellbat armor suit as well. So all those things were for the first wave of DC were immensely popular, and fans were really excited about it, and we were excited to actually bring these classic comic book characters to life. So it was really cool having that come to fruition.
So the line did very well for starting.
Overall, yeah, and it's surpassed expectations, and we are doing really well on it right now. So, with all that in mind, of course, that you see all this, Wave 1 issues right here. We're going to have, our Wave 2 line of figures coming out later on this year. And we have, from the movie Wonder Woman 1984, that's Wonder Woman in her gold armor that's going to be displayed in the movie. We'll also have her in her iconic outfit that you see right there with the likeness of, Gal Gadot, the actress. And then you see right there, that's the animated series Batman, but the variant in the blue and yellow cape right there. There's the Wonder Woman from the 1984 movie. And up there is our modern Batman and the modern Batman variant that's also going to be coming out this year as well too. Should be coming out very, very shortly.
This is not the one that came out already, or it is?
So this is the one that is currently out, and then this is the variant of it that's out right now too. Yeah, exactly.
And these are new for sure.
These will be new in 2020 in the fall. So you're looking at the White Knight comic arc series. We have the White Knight Batman, the White Knight Joker with the Jack Napier alternate head, and we also have the Azrael figure there as well too. So that's going to be the White Knight comic line coming out in the fall. But before that, in the spring, we'll have a Joker and the Batman from the
Asylum.
The Arkham Asylum.
So you guys are diving into the video games.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. We're diving into all facets of the DC line.
That's exciting because I'm a big fan of the game.
Oh yeah, me too. When I first started seeing the sculpt of the Arkham Asylum figures, I was really, really hyped on that. So we have the Joker and the Batman from those coming out here shortly.
And depending on how well these do, you think we're gonna keep going? Because there is a vast.
Oh yeah, there's a vast. That was a catalyst.
There's like 4 games.
There's 4 of them, and you know what? I think so. We've already had some good positive reviews on the Batman figure and the Joker as well, and I don't really see any reason why we wouldn't continue.
And it looks real good. I mean, the face sculpt and everything I see so far on this looks real good.
So we were really excited about the Batman Arkham Asylum. Like, that was really cool. We were diving into that.
I didn't know that was coming out until right now. So
yeah, so we announced that today.
Okay.
And then these are more of the Wave 1 figures like I was mentioning earlier about Batman and Superman and the Hellbat suit and the Unchained armor, along with Nightwing, the Batman Who Laughs, which has been an immensely popular figure.
Yes.
And then the Batgirl, which those 3 figures sold separately. You buy them all, you get to make that Batmobile.
The mini Batmobile.
Yes, exactly. And there's Arrow from the Arrow television show. And then finally we have the Bat Raptor, which is actually compatible with all of our 7-inch figures. They can fit inside there.
Okay. And here it is in the box.
Yep, these are all the packaging.
And these are due out when?
Those will be due out in April. Should be coming out in the stores.
So very soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, one thing I've noticed with some of the other places I've gone to, they say everything's getting delayed because of China. Is that not the case here, or?
Luckily, I believe I'm not too sure. However, I think that these our Arkham Asylum lines and our Wonder Woman figures just made the cut. Like they're on the shipments right now. However, in terms of production and for future lines down the way, they might have a little bit of a hindrance and delay. But DC should be pretty good on it. Right? We should be good and not face many delays on these.
All right.
And we have our Mortal Kombat figures. We had Scorpion and Sub-Zero come out earlier in the year, or late last year, I should say. This year we have Johnny Cage and Raiden, which are out in stores right now. We also have the Spawn version in Mortal Kombat version of Spawn, I should say, coming out here in the next couple of months.
This is big right here.
In the next month. Oh yeah, it's the first fully articulated Spawn figure in quite some time. We released a more static version a few years ago, but this is the first fully articulated one in quite some time. So we're excited about that. He's also the way you'll see him in the Mortal Kombat video game. Mm-hmm. And then we also have Baraka and Katana to round out our Mortal Kombat line for the 2020 season.
And these are due out at the same time?
These will be, so Spawn's coming out in about March, right around the time he'll be out in the game. Pre-orders are up right now on him. And then Baraka and Katana will come out later on in the year, around October.
Okay.
And then coming down here, we have our Doom figures. We have the Marauder, which is the newest Doom figure we have slated to come out soon in the spring. And then we have the Doom Slayer in his Phobos orange variant paint job right there. and that coincides with the Doomslayer Bronze and the Doomslayer original from the game.
These are just more Spawn and more
Oh yeah,
Kombat.
that's Sub-Zero in his Ice Clone form, Scorpion in his Smolder Scorpion skin, and then the regular versions of Scorpion and Sub-Zero there. Borderlands, we don't have anything really new right now. We still have figures coming out soon. It's just showing off our Psycho, Lilith, and Tiny Tina figures from Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3. Coming up here, we have Call of Duty. So in stores right now, we have Frank Woods from Black Ops. We have Captain Price from Modern Warfare and Rick Toffin from Black Ops. So those are in stores. They came out last year. But we have now Ghost from Modern Warfare, who was just announced, and he's going to be hitting stores in about a month or so. And it's an updated version of the original Ghost figure we did a couple years ago, in his new outfit there. Then we also have a dragon coming out from the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, Alduin. Fully posable wings. You can articulate them up and down. You have the legs for there. You can go back and forth, and we have the customized base there as well, representing the Skyrim game as well. And then we go down below to Bloodshot, and this is based off the upcoming movie coming out in March. Now what's cool about this figure right here is a little bit of a hybrid between the comic book and the actual movie likeness of Vin Diesel. So it's the Vin Diesel likeness, but he has that like skin tone, that white skin tone from the comic book character. So it's kind of a little cool creative liberty we got to have with that.
Cool.
Yeah. Then we have our McFarlane Toys construction sets. These are the newest sets of 5 Nights at Freddy's based off the Pizzeria Builder and the VR game that just recently came out. You have Star Curtain Stage, Parts and Services, the Corn Maze, the Salvage Room, the large stage of the Deluxe Concert Stage, and the Vent Repair as well there too. So classic characters with some different paints and some new scenes.
And this line's doing pretty well for you guys.
5 Nights has done really well for us.
It seems to be very popular.
It's still even when I thought it would maybe like kind of lose some luster after so many lines. Nope, it's still performing really strong. So that's good.
Nice.
And our Spawn line. So, with the success of Spawn 300 and 301, the record-breaking comic books from last year, kind of revitalized and rejuvenated the Spawn brand. So we're going to have a Kickstarter direct-to-consumer crowdfunding project coming up. So we have the Spawn figure right here, which is a 2020 upgrade edition of the original 1995 Spawn, which kind of was the catalyst of McFarlane Toys, which was Todd Toys back then. So we'll have more information in the coming weeks, but the premise is we'll have a campaign, and once the campaign reaches its funding goal, we'll greenlight the project, we'll start to tool it, and then if we have a successful campaign, it could revitalize the launch of all the original Spawn figures, as well as things like Movie Maniacs, Dragons, Tortured Souls, kind of stuff that put McFarlane Toys on the map back then.
Right, so all these updated like in that form like that?
Exactly. So these are just showing off the old original figures, but the plan is, have the Spawn one, have that launch, and then kind of start to revitalize the older ones as well too.
Gotcha.
Warhammer 40,000 is one of the newer brands we just picked up. So are you familiar with that game?
I am.
Yeah,
yes, I haven't played it, but I'm familiar with it.
Yeah. So we're taking 7-inch figures of the some of the characters that are in there. Right now we have Space Marine on display. We'll have 2 versions of Space Marine when it comes out. It'll be a painted figure. This is just a work in progress, kind of showing that it'll be painted in some sort of format. Okay. It'll be a painted figure, and then we'll also have a grayscale artist proof. And the purpose of that is much like in Warhammer, you get your figures and you kind of customize your army. Similar premise. You can get this and you can paint it and customize it any way you see fit, just like you would in the Warhammer board game. And along with the Space Marine, we'll have some more figures coming out along that time as well. We just can't really say anything because of embargoes, but Space Marine for sure will be coming out there.
Right, I'm actually glad I'm seeing everything moving into the 7-inch articulated, because I know you guys were down to we were down to 5-inch at one point, and now with what was it that kicked it off?
Fortnite kicked it off. 7-inch, yeah. Well, it fits the 7-inch articulation of what Fortnite kicked off.
Right, yeah, and it's been working very well for you guys, I assume, because a lot of adult collectors are big fans of that scale with that articulation. So we have the My Hero Academia line. So this is our wave. These shelves here have our Wave 1 figures that came out last year. We have Midoriya, Bakugo,
All Might and Shigaraki, and then we have the alternate version of All Might in Midoriya as well too. What I loved about My Hero is the accessories that came with these figures. There were so many different accessories: alternate hands, alternate heads, alternate hair pieces, alternate faces, things that we are starting to incorporate a lot more into our figures, more accessories, because that's what fans really want in their accessories. So that success of Wave 1 catapulted Wave 2. So with Wave 2, we're going to have Shoto, Ochako, Ijiro, and they'll be coming out later on this year in the spring. And then they'll be followed up later on in the year in the fall with Tenya. So we'll have 4 new My Hero Academia figures coming out this year. And then one of the newest video game licenses we just acquired, Cyberpunk. Now the game might have been delayed to the fall, but our figures are still coming out around the end of March, early April. So we'll have 2 versions of 7-inch Johnny Silverhand. His regular version, which you see right here, which comes with the whiskey bottle, alternate hand, and guitar. We'll also have a variant Chase version of Johnny Silverhand. Same figure, but it'll have different accessories. So I'll have a duffel bag full of explosives and a pistol. So it's kind of like 2 versions of Johnny Silverhand, and one of them will be a Chase, and that'll be the duffel bag with the explosion there.
Okay, so it'll come packed in randomly, whether one or old classic style type.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So cool little knick-knack we threw into it, so that's be fun.
Right.
We'll also have the V male at a 7-inch scale. That's your main character there. We'll have his pink katana sword, pistol, and SMG. And then last but not least, we have the 12-inch Johnny Silverhand statue coming out later on this year, static pose with the guitar.
Nice.
Then we have Fortnite. What I love about Fortnite is we have a wide variety of product in Fortnite. So we have, the 2 Frost Wings here for our gliders. We have the 11-inch figures of Raven and Ice King. We'll have the 11-inch statue of Leviathan, as you can see right there. We have our 2-pack of the shopping cart. We have, again, the gliders that are in scale with our figures so they can glide onto them and support the weight. And of course, the bread and butter of Fortnite are 7-inch figures. We have some new ones coming out like Frostbite, Vendetta, Plastic Controller, Scully, and Big Mouth. Just, crazy, unique, skins and for Fortnite. And they all come with their accessories and accurate harvesting tools and what you see.
Nice, and I've noticed that each wave is getting improved sculpting and more complex. Like the one over there in the paint job is very well done.
And you're right, because when we started off from our first 2 figures were Cuddle, Team Leader, and Skull Trooper, very cool. I mean, iconic Fortnite characters, but relatively simple in terms of how they can move. But now, now we're moving on and using, as we've gotten better and better and made more and more, we're making Beast Mode, Rhino,
right. It truly shows
exactly that we can actually incorporate that articulation into bigger scale product. So
cool.
Yeah, it's been an improvement for sure.
Now with past lines that you had, like in terms of Walking Dead, does that ever get? You think that's a possibility of getting into 7-inch, or no? Because the show still goes on.
Right, the show still goes on, and now, but with Walking Dead, I'm pretty sure our contract with them has run out. So we don't have anything in the near future, on plan with Walking Dead. However, that's not to say nothing's ever going to happen again.
Right.
But for right now, it's just like with undertaking DC, Fortnite, and some other brands coming in, and retailers are kind of balking at The Walking Dead. We come in and say, hey, we're thinking about this, and this, and places like Walmart and Target are just like, I'm not really interested, unfortunately, anymore. So we kind of have to adapt, And so while it was a huge brand for us for the past 10 years, we noticed that shifting scales or shifting product or shifting things just wasn't. We couldn't really keep that momentum going. So for now, the contract expired out, so we don't have anything really coming out just yet.
Okay, but is it off the table or is it not off the table?
Not off the table. That's to say, nothing's off the table. We left on. The contract ended not on bad terms or anything like that. It's just it came out. Time to renew. We opted not to renew. So and we'll see how they go forward.
It seems like when I communicate with other collectors, it seems like now that you guys are into this style of articulation and this scale, they want to see all your old stuff like that.
Back, right? Yeah. And that's kind of what the Kickstarter thing is kind of thinking about. It's like, not to say we can just do it, but we're thinking about ways we can do that. Like how can we make our past figures updated and improve on them with our new style of articulation of that book. So that's kind of the starting point of what we want to do, and whether or not how far we go into that process remains to be seen there.
Okay, and any potential future video games? You guys seem to be like the king of video game figures right now. Like you got Call of Duty, you got Cyberpunk, you get Fortnite.
Yes.
There's tons of other games that don't get figures, like Last of Us. God of War gets some figures, but not enough. There's plenty of other characters in that, and you guys tend to go deep into the characters.
Yeah, that's very true. So we are talking to some other video game properties currently that we have not signed just yet, but we are talking to them. Unfortunately, I can't say anything, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, we are realizing that the video games are really consistent, and like so with Mortal Kombat, we kind of thought, well, maybe we can do just like a Scorpion and Sub-Zero and kind of like get in, get out kind of thing. But they went so well, so rapidly. At greenlit, Graydon, Johnny Cage, Katana, Baraka, now Spawn. So like we really didn't anticipate how popular it'd be. So then it's like, oh, Cyberpunk, let's go in, let's make they're very big at Borderlands. So yeah, we definitely realize the value of the video game property. So yeah.
Is there ever a time where you want to do something but you can't get the license?
Oh, lots of times. There's lots of brands out there that we've been talking to outside of video games, just in general, and either somebody's beating us to the punch, or something like that, or the royalty rates aren't necessarily in our favor, so to speak. So it's a negotiation, much like anything else. But there's definitely lots of brands out there that we would like to have, and we're talking to some, but hopefully around Licensing Expo and then San Diego Comic-Con we can have some more announcements on what we have planned.
Okay, so you definitely have stuff in store that's not shown yet. And
yes.
Okay, well, cool. I definitely like everything that I see here, and you guys are definitely doing good stuff.
So feel free to take some more images.
Yeah, I'm going to take stills and just make my round again. So I appreciate the tour and everything.
Absolutely. No problem.
Thanks so much.